Welcome to our Sunday night live.
It's gonna be a good one.
Is it? How you know? You
I-
don't even know.
It's always a good live when I get to communicate with my followers.
This is your favorite mechanic, Alex, the car doctor. I'm
I
Mrs.
tried
Car
to.
Doctor, here to curate and narrate and help out.
Yes.
Let me invite.
This is my other half. I need her to help me with my grammar sometimes. Unfortunately,
You need me to help you with everything.
you're right about that.
I don't know what he talking about. I be helping with everything. But anyway, wait a minute, guys.
You messing it up.
No, I'm not. Okay, so anyway, questions, Q&A for Alex the Car Doctor. I don't know. Greet us. Tell us where you're from, what you did today. We don't care. We want to know because you're important. You're a person. And you know what? While we waiting on people to come in, Georgia have some bipolar weather. It was just freezing yesterday, and
Yeah,
it was
I'm
at
ready.
75 degrees.
I'm ready for it to get back in the 70s. Oh my gosh, this weather is a trip.
Then we got somebody already trade for raised. How did you learn to work on cars? Here from Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Nice. Okay, great question. As a young teen, always someone told me, I can't remember. They was like, you need to figure out where you want to be in your future. And I chose two things: working on cars as a primary, and computers for a backup. And so I just kind of ran with the cars. It was always my passion. Every chance I get, I go to the library and just read different books. We're talking about early teens now. And as I got older, I got in this program in high school where during my senior year, I got to go to Atlanta Area Tech and take up my trade. But during that time, Atlanta Area Tech was so unorganized, they made a mistake and put me into the what program? They mixed it up.
I don't know, but he was going a lot longer than he should have gone for free at that.
I didn't get all my knowledge from that. I really got my knowledge on these streets, literally. Just being out here in the field by myself, no help. And you just have to really think outside the box. And sometimes that's what it takes, thinking outside of the box and having the correct knowledge. Just read, research, watch YouTube videos like myself, and you'll learn everything you need to know about this industry.
It wasn't on YouTube back then when you was doing that. Good question, though. Roger says, what's up, Doc and Boss Lady?
What's happening, Mr. Roger?
Good evening. Okay, it's such a lazy Sunday, and I literally did nothing.
Well, I'm healing from a cold my daughter gave me, so I'm not quite 100%, but I am here for you guys. So y'all make sure y'all hit that like button.
And 90% fact that he gonna give that code to me. So
no, maybe
next week I'll probably be the one not feeling good. Then it says, "Oh, Fat Dutchman here in Northwest Minnesota, 70 degrees today." That's what I'm like. What is the weather doing?
That's my
but
favorite
45
person.
plus wins. Love your family. We love you back.
We love you too, buddy.
Old Fat Dutchman is always coming and supporting.
He's like family. There's a lot of people we know now.
Trey Foray says, "How is your sister doing with her ex?" Not well.
She still haven't got the radiator fan fixed.
What does she do for work?
I think I rigged up something for her. She doesn't work. She's taking care of my two disabled nephews. So she's get paid to be their nurse or something. I don't know.
Yeah, Alex has two special needs nephews. And they so cute.
Yeah, they are.
So cute. One is 11.
Dang, 11 already?
Yeah, him and Ashton are right there.
He doesn't seem like it. It's the saddest thing in the world. You'll think he's 4 or 3.
Yeah,
but
baby.
Really he's 11.
Mm-hmm. And the other one, he's like 2.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. They so sweet. They love me, even though they're not verbal. When they see me, they smile. They know their auntie loves them. But no, their exes is falling apart. But you'll be pleased to hear she's getting ready to get her handicap van for the boys. Like so she should have kept her Honda Odyssey. Yeah, I will say that. Colonel Buckshot says, "Good evening, kings and queens. It ain't easy being greasy."
Right about that,
Colonel, you need to get you a shirt and put it on there.
Yeah, I buy it. You could be my first customer. Go ahead
Right.
and get it done.
Davin says, hi, hey, Alex.
What's happening, buddy?
Joseph Cortez says, hey.
Joseph the man.
Leo says, cool, I've been seeing your videos and I'm trying to replace the 3.6 lifters 2014.
You got it. Now watch the video. I did 2 videos on that. Of course, a series because they're so long. Watch the one that I used a special tool on. The first one I did, it doesn't require the special tool because you're removing the front cover. That's the long way, but I did that for you guys because if the special tool break or if something weird happens, because it does happen, weird stuff happens when you work on vehicles, and you'll need to know how to time it back properly and remove that front cover. That was, for you guys. But I did one that, didn't require the front cover being removed.
And I would like to welcome Instagram to the conversation. However, I don't know if they can comment or not. And if you guys are on that platform and want to comment or ask a question and it's not working for you, it's out of our control, just come to Facebook or YouTube. I'll be able to see your question. Comfort Medic HVAC says, hey, Mr. Alex.
Sound like he got a channel. I'm about to check him out.
Man, HVAC more important than car to me. I can't be hot.
Yeah, you're right.
Roger says, question for you, Doc. What are the probable causes that can make a car not do a full drive cycle and be ready for smog?
Oh, good question. Something could be going on with the computer. The keep alive memory could be something going on with that. Because every time it's either that or you're not driving it right. Some cars, they'll take up to a good 200 to 300 miles. I've seen, especially with Mitsubishis. They're the worst trying to get ready for the drive cycle. And we definitely had a truck like that. It wasn't getting ready for drive cycle. It was a Yukon, an older Yukon, and it ended up needing a computer. But you can easily find how to drive your vehicle if you go online and type in your year, make, and model and type in drive cycles. And it'll show you how to drive that car properly in order to get each individual monitors ready.
So some cars you have to drive them a certain amount of speed for a certain distance for a certain time.
Yeah, if that don't work, you definitely got a computer issue.
For sure. Hopefully that helped you, Roger. Joseph Cortez says, what is your advice on a 1997 Chevrolet 1500 Silverado that has been parked since 2018?
We'll leave it sitting there parked.
Why? Why?
Bad. These Silverados be giving people hard times. These newer ones.
It's a 97 though.
97. I thought it was a 2018. I'm sorry. Okay, good question. No, I thought it was I don't know. I must have. I'm like I said. I'm not feeling good, guys. So sorry. None of my P's and Q's. I'm flashing. My check engine light flashing. What I would do, definitely check the tires. The tires are most likely dry rotted, so you want to get those replaced. If you're planning on putting this on the road and planning on it be your everyday driving vehicle, go ahead and change out all the rubber hoses, the heater lines, the upper and lower radiator hose, do a radiator flush while you're in there. Of course, change the oil, run a fuel treatment through the in the tank to get those injectors all cleaned out. Of course, put fresh fuel in it. If it may have to flush the tank, may have to flush the system. But it definitely can be revised. It's not bad off. This is coming from a person that recovered I recovered my Honda. It'd been sitting it seemed like a decade or more.
1985 Honda, yeah.
And I had to change out a brake line. So you definitely want to look at the brake lines and stuff like that, the rubber brake lines.
But it's so worth it. Yes, it's so worth it than getting something new.
That is a very good truck.
It's a good truck. And thank you for the super chat.
Yes, thank you so much,
We appreciate you.
I really appreciate that.
All right. Let's see. Comfort Medic HVAC says, I plan on getting an apprenticeship at Lexus dealership.
Oh, nice.
Way cool. What made you want to switch to cars? Yeah, I mean, now I'm assuming that you're in HVAC, reading your YouTube name. What made you want to switch to cars? But if it's truly what you want to do, go for it.
And you can always get into the HVAC systems. You don't necessarily have to be a mechanic. You can just specialize in AC. you can, switch that name and, automotive AC doctor or something, catchy. And you can make a good killing off of that.
For sure.
Heating and air in
We
cars.
know,
oh my goodness, people needs it.
Especially, we know a shop owner. That's all he really. I guess they do everything, but their main thing is air.
They make AC lines.
They make enough to take off for the month of December.
I'm trying to get like them.
So get into it. Get into it if that's what you want to do. 88. I think if it's Spanish, it's Hopar. But it's Jopar if it's English. The biggest issue with most domestics, especially Mopars, is the owner's totally disregard for maintenance. You ain't lying right there.
And then they blame the car. Oh, this crappy engine. No, you just...
He says, I have observed this throughout my automotive career, which I was from 1995. Alice was still a kid. Wow. Me and Alice, how old was we, babe? About 4, 5, 6 years old?
7?
To present, yeah. So... You're not lying about that, especially people who drive Chargers, Challengers, and Durangos.
Can't forget about the Altima drivers.
With 3.6 Pentastars. I don't know what they thinking. Maybe they think they got the Hemi, but they be doing way too much. Too extra. Keep your oil change and all that good stuff. But you're right. I don't know how new you are to the channel, but you saw the video where a customer rented a Turo Challenger and was doing burnouts and stuff. They just wow. So I don't know.
For no reason, man.
But you're right. But that's just like you said with Mopar, especially it's a disregard for maintenance. See, maintenance you can schedule. You can't schedule a breakdown, and it always come at the worst time. That's why I'm gonna make a poster that say that in the thing. But thank you for that input.
Yes, for sure.
Jonathan says, "What's up, Mr. Mopar or no car? The Dodge Daddy." I like that. I like that, Jonathan.
That's what it seemed like.
Wait a minute, the Pentastar player himself. What's up? Thank you for all you. Hey, man. We're going to have to make some shirts or something, man. Give you a little cut, little kickback. We sure appreciate it.
I'm about to use that one, man.
Dodge Daddy. I like that. Now that made my night.
I love y'all, man. I really do.
Comfort Medic HVAC says, I have past experience in HVAC. I'm also high functioning autistic. Y'all be the best ones because y'all attention to detail. You ain't got to do all this talking. That's why I say if you want to get it done, go ahead.
I'm dang near autistic, my dang
old or something. Okay.
Man.
But no, I know high functioning autistic people, man, and you can get out here and do whatever you want to do. There's something wrong with all of us.
Yes,
some of us just don't have a label.
I'm just good at cars. You ask me to do
anything else, it's not gonna happen.
My wife be like, "What is wrong with you?"
I'm telling you, he only got a capacity for the car information. Anything else, it ain't happening. I cannot send Alex to the store. Nothing. Because he gonna come back with everything but what I asked for. I don't know, man. I'd rather have my car running though. I'll figure the rest out.
Yeah.
Says the Papa Smurf, the OG says hello to Alex and to Mrs. Car Doctor. Great content as usual. Much love from New York.
Yeah,
I feel like every time you say New York, you gotta be like, oh, real hard. You know what I'm saying? I love New Yorkers, the accent, the way they just
handle themselves.
It's a hustle up there. We went to New York one time. We was moving too slow. Okay. Everybody was on the go.
We're about to get ran over.
The New York drivers don't play because in South in Georgia, the person got the right of way that's in the crosswalk. So I'm in a crosswalk walking normally. I'm pregnant, and the dude was like, "Beep, like get out of the way." I'm like, "All right." So they don't play in New York. Salute to you. Thank you for stopping by. Trey Ferre says, "I hope I'm saying your name right too. How do you think I should pay to get my vacuum pump fixed on my 2013 Jetta? One credible shop said about $2,000, and the other credible shop said about $800 before tax."
Oh, geez. It definitely depends on area, but wow, there's a big price jump.
Oh no, definitely not no $2,000.
Yeah, definitely. We definitely may be able to help there. We're price competitive. Competitive up where I am.
Let me see. Can I do a quick look up?
No, we can just look it up on the system tomorrow.
Volkswagen. Yeah, but how am I gonna tell him?
Well, he can call.
Yeah.
He can call for a quote.
Because we don't have the quote thingy in front of us. It's at the work computers.
Because 2000 sounds very steep. That vacuum pump sits right on the side of the head, and it doesn't
It
take
says
off.
the average is 566.
Yeah, that $800 sound about right.
About 800 sounds about right. 2000 though, I don't know about that.
2000, you about to get ripped off. It sounds like you need to get a itemized price list of what exactly they're doing. Now if they're replacing like valve cover gaskets and other gaskets and doing preventive maintenance here and there, then I can kind of say that price is kind of worth it. But if that's all they're doing is the vacuum pump, no way. No way. They're being dishonest there.
The Lazy 3D says 2017 Nissan Rogue, 96,000 miles with a slight tick knock. Got it scheduled for service on Tuesday. Is it something that I should take into a shop or try seafoam additive first?
A slight knock. I would have to hear it for myself to determine what type of knock. That is a new vehicle. Seafoam, I don't think it's gonna help you. Additive. Before I start dumping that type of stuff in there, you need to get a professional opinion about it. If I personally heard it, I'll be able to, give my professional opinion, but that's not gonna happen right now. Definitely take it in for service and get their opinion. Just ask, hey, is this normal? Things like that, because it may be mechanical damages, done. Something may be going on, and check with the dealer too. It may have some type of extended warranty coverage. I've seen that.
Yeah, right now we've been turning down catalytic converters on certain brands because they have a recall on them. So rather than charge them for putting it on, I just tell them take it to the dealership and get it done for free. So hopefully it's something like that for you where you don't have to come out the pocket. Leo says, cool. I really appreciate your comment on that. Yeah, thank you for coming by the live. Davin says, hey Alex, which technician is more important? Lube technician or master technician?
That's a hard one, man. Because both is like equal to me, because the lube technician is gonna do all the lube jobs, and if you don't do that right, it can really destroy some stuff. A master technician, same thing. He could be doing a wheel bearing and the wheel come off down the street or something weird. So I would say equal. Now, payment scale wise, not equal, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about lube tech versus master tech. I'm definitely going to say equal. They definitely have they both have big responsibilities. One may seem simple than the other, and the other one may seem very technical, but both very important.
I tell you what I don't like.
It's the little people that
run the politics. Just because I'm a they look. Oh my God, the comments on here, on these platforms. I'm a master technician. So
I don't like those type of people.
So what? Okay, you still don't know everything.
Yeah, they're very closed minded. They
can't tell them
cup is too full. I respect the little people. They just about as equal as I am when in this industry. Everywhere, it's the little people that run this country. Or
if you can't have a master tech that's willing to do an oil change because everybody else is busy, like them kind, and whatever.
No, I don't change oil.
Right. Okay. Exactly. I'm gonna vote lube tech.
I'm gonna say equal.
BLK Kump says, when I go over 60 miles per hour, my wheel starts to shake. What do you think it is?
Most likely it's going to be a tire balance issue or some type of bubble in the tire. If you're applying the brakes and if it's shaking, like say for instance, you're traveling 60 and as long as you don't touch the brakes, it's nice and smooth. But as soon as you apply the brakes, that's going to be rotor related. Your rotors are most likely warped and you're going to have to either get them resurfaced or replace them altogether. But definitely check out the tire balance issues and make sure you have good tires and your tires are in date. Tires don't supposed to be no older than 6 years old. So if you have tires that's older than 6 years old, they're outdated and they could be a safety related issue. They could be coming apart in the inside, even though it looks good on the outside, causing that vibration. So definitely want to check the manufacture date on your tires.
Hopefully that helped. Roger says, thanks, Doc.
My pleasure, buddy.
Izzy Ram and Papacito says, can my car be updated with a local mechanic that has the hardware to do so, or do I have to go to the dealership? Infiniti Q50 hybrid.
Sometimes it's hard to find specialty mom and pop shops. It's just specialty shops, not necessarily mom and pop shops. We have quite a few in Atlanta. We're in Atlanta. It's shops and places everywhere. But yes, we have, like, let's take the dealership, Subaru, for example. Then you have this place called 6-Star Subaru.
Mm-hmm.
They're a specialty shop that specializes in Subaru. And to me, they do more than the dealership because they're going to work on the old Subarus where the dealership will deny them because it's being too old. And they're going to have specialty tools. I actually had to go to 6-Star Subaru and get a part pressed in dealing with the manual transmission, and the dealership couldn't even do it. So yes, if you can find a specialty shop, they sometimes they're more better than
going to the dealership. But when in doubt, go to the dealership because it's hard. I mean, I don't know. From the comments, these y'all be leaving. It's like it's hard to find a local mechanic or something. Life with Mika in the house. Hey, girl.
What's happening?
Said, hey, Mrs. and Mr. Car Doctor. I got a quote for a 2010 Acadia for control arms, power steering pump, steering hose, rack and pinion, radiator. First, what? Who told you needed all of that? And something that start with a C for 4,500.
Catalytic converter, maybe.
For the work, is it fair? If you need all of that,
yeah, that's definitely fair. Yeah, if you need all that.
But question is, do you need all of that?
It seems like they're just throwing parts at it. Like, which one is it? Do you need power steering pump, or is the rack and pinion leaking? It seems like they're just guessing at it. I would definitely get
the control arms and stuff. And I'm like, what's the complaint of your vehicle? Why did you get that quote, Mika?
Yeah, it's something going on. I think they're guessing at your vehicle, just throwing the book at it. A little less rule of thumb. Let's throw a rack and pinion and a power steering pump together. They gotta fix the issue.
But do you think all of that is still 4,500 though? With the cost of parts these days?
No, that Acadia is very hard to work on.
Oh yes,
it's a pain in the butt. So
it's probably labor.
The price is justified. Dealing with your particular truck. I was just talking to. I just made a video on that. Not the Acadia version, but the Traverse version. That truck is like owning a Mercedes truck. You're thinking, it's just a Chevy SUV, easy to maintain. No. Very hard to maintain truck you have there. If something go wrong, it's going to cost. Because it's like having a Mercedes or a BMW truck. And if the people would know that, they wouldn't probably got into that truck. They probably would just went for the BMW. I'm like, hey, if I'm going to pay high maintenance costs, I might as well just jump in the BMW and look good.
You better get that car like Risa Tisa. I don't know if you know who that is, but just TikTok it. It's on there.
Risa, I don't even
that
know
lady with who the F did I marry, and come to find out he's promised her a BMW X5 and never bought it or something crazy. But anyway, I digress. I would want to know, why do you need all of that?
Yes. And I would definitely get a second opinion. Sound like they're just throwing parts at your truck.
Let us know. You be in the comments all the time. Catch up to us and let us know. All right, we saw that one. Luke Jordan says, sell it to me. I bet you he talking about that 97 Chevy Silverado.
No, I wouldn't sell that 97 Silverado. No, now if it was a 2018 Silverado, yeah, sell it.
Says Trey Ferre says, had an 06 Taurus at one point, took the cheap way out and bought some eBay converters. The engine light came on for the first converter, not the second one. How come cheaper converters fail?
I'm gonna say the material. You got to think, inside the converters be very valuable metals. You're talking about platinum, iridium, and some other valuable metals. And you get what you pay for. You think you're gonna go to the jewelry shop and get a $20,000 ring for $1,000? It's not gonna happen. I don't care what they promising you. If you take it to an expert jewelry thing, I'm like, no, this is not enough metal. Not quality is not good. And same goes with the cheaper converters. They're cheaping out on the whales. The whale quality don't be as good. The materials, they be lacking. If the catalytic converter requires factory 5 grams of this certain material, maybe they're putting 2 grams. So they're cutting corners like that.
Yeah, you got to know if the cost is cheaper, they're cutting the corners cost somewhere.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
for sure, we call them year cats.
Yeah.
Then you'll be back under a year for sure. Texas Cyclone says, "Wow, 85."
Yeah. I love that little Honda. I just messed up the motor on it.
I told him that car was jalopy.
It's not.
But you're gonna upgrade the engine.
Yeah.
But he rode around legit, picked the kids up from school for a good while. Yeah.
I knew it was gonna blow. I heard some bottom end knocking. I was like, I need to stop and rebuild.
He got the car for free, so
no, it was $300.
But you bartered though. So did he put $300 in your hand?
No.
Thank you. It was free, honey.
Basically free.
BLK Cup says, "When I go," oh, we already answered that one. Mm-hmm. Souls 2400 says, "The doc is in the house." Yes, he is. Comfort Medic says, "The sound of the tire machine, and the tire machine is the sound of money."
I love
you know that's right. He says it's a 20-something an hour pay cut at the start for his apprenticeship from Lexus. But I will say, so sound like maybe you're not happy doing HVAC. If you get into cars and that's what you want to do, the money will come.
Yeah.
I would rather be happy doing something. I think that as I'm going to speak for just being an American, it's like from the time that we are children and we're put through school, we're always taught to chase the highest and best income that you could possibly make. And that's leaving people to go to college that they hate, graduate college, get in debt for all that college, get a job that they hate, only to go back and be the baker that they had wanted to be when they was a kid. Mm-hmm. But somebody told them, hey, you need to go to college. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like now the economy we live in, like who would have thought that Alex, the car doctor, could talk about cars on the internet and make money doing that?
Never thought about that.
So we live in a different life in a different world these days. So whatever your dream is, honey, and this is for everybody, go after it. So if you want to do plants, be a plant person, whatever. If you want to be a bird photographer, I know somebody's doing that. Do it. They might use your stuff in National Geographic. I don't know.
My motto is this: if you chase money, it will forever run from you. The day you stop chasing money is the day it will trickle down on you, and the day you will be the most happiest person in the world.
That's right. You know what I'm saying? But as Americans, like, listen, go after. Some of you are born to make cupcakes. Well, now you can be a master baker and just do what's in your hand. You need to be figuring out what's in your hand to do.
God, natural talent, will always win in this world.
Always. So I hope that helped you, and I hope that this is a good direction for you. And we love to hear about your apprenticeship at Lexus.
Let me know and
drop by the lives and tell us, because we want to know. We wish you so much success. Steve says, "Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Car Doctor." Hello, Steve.
Hey, what's happening, Mr. Steve?
Let me see. He says, "I'll start out as an express tech doing oil changes, tires, and batteries." Yeah, man, you got to start somewhere.
That's what I started. I started at the lowest of the low.
But if you love it, now if you get in the game and you figure out, I don't want to do this, because Alex's brother did that. Ralph, y'all see him on the channel sometimes. He got in and was like, "No, this ain't for me, dog," and he stopped. So, and that's fine. Ralph is more of an audio guy. You need him to hook up some stuff, music in the car, he could do that. But doing what his brother do, he don't want to do that. So let us know. We want to know. He says, Trey says, "I don't specialize in transmissions, but from the knowledge, does transmission slip because they do a drain and fill and do not change the filter?"
Transmissions, now I don't know too much about automatic transmissions neither. I'm more of a manual transmission guy. Transmissions will slip if you go in and do a flush. That is the most harmful way of doing a fluid exchange from my experience. Flushes normally don't go well. Now, doing a drain and fill is very not impactful on the transmission at all normally. And sometimes it will do funny stuff if the filter is stopped up. I got to sneeze.
Don't sneeze on me. I promise you all, I'm going to get sick by the end of this.
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Good. Yeah, so if the filter is stopped up, it will mess with fluid pressure inside that transmission, and it won't have much clamping force on the clutches, and it'll cause it to slip as well. Okay. That's my 2 cents.
Jacob says, "Does inner CV joints click when going from drive to reverse when going bad?"
Normally they don't
They
click.
they CV
They
joints.
normally click when you're turning and under power, under load. Um, Now, if they're falling apart, like if they have play in it, you would hear like a click or some kind of clunking noise. Uh, it could. It definitely could. I'm not saying it can't. CV axles, they do funny things when worn out or broken. So I will have to. You have to inspect it for yourself. And I probably need to do a video on CV axles, how to look at them and how to inspect them.
I think we got
That's
something like that.
no, that's on dry shafts.
Mark Miller in the house says, "What could be the most common symptom for low oil pressure at idle?"
Low oil pressure at idle, from what I've seen, it could be a stopped up oil filter. If you haven't changed the oil filter in a while, or it's a defective oil filter, it can definitely cause low oil pressure at idle. Worn out engines can cause low oil pressure at idle. As the engines wear, the material in the engine gets further away, lowering oil pressure. It, the oil pump likes tight tolerances. It likes, it puts the pump to work to build the oil pressure. It want to squeeze through tight passageways, but when stuff wear out, the passageways get larger, and the tolerances get larger, and you lose oil pressure that way as well. So it could be either of those two, or you could have a bad. I don't know what engine I'm working with, but those are the most common things.
Okay, cool. All right, we got a super chat in the house.
Oh, nice.
Michael
Man.
Gosmer. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I really appreciate you. I'm about to go buy me some beer tonight because I'm sure out. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, I mean,
liking that beer.
I gotta have my Corona. I think the guys told me to try Miller, so I will probably pick up me some Miller. Let me turn off this pump. It keeps going on.
Okay. Fun fact about Miller while we're talking about it. I used to be a golf caddy when I was a teenage girl, okay, for East Lake Golf Club. And I used to caddy for these gentlemen. I was like the only girl, but I used to caddy for these gentlemen. And he was like, "What time is it?" And my response was supposed to be Miller time. Every time. But I'm back now, used to kill me. "What time is it?" I was like, "Honey, Miller time. Let's go. Hit ball."
Oh,
Trey says, and the Euro car shop said I need a transmission service. What do you think? What do they need to change? The oil pan? On the 2013 Jetta.
Okay. During my transmission service on our 11 Jetta, it should be similar. I did a drain and fill, and I think I changed out the transmission filter, or I may be wrong. I can't remember. But normally it's just a drain and fill. You're changing out the fluid. Now, if it has an accessible filter, they will probably go ahead and change out the filter for you, and that normally requires replacing the transpan gasket. It just depends on the setup and the type of transmission, because some transmissions don't have a serviceable transmission filter.
Right. You want to get some tissue for your little sniffles?
I'm fine.
Let me touch you. You all right, my little boo boo? All right, Six God Madeira says, "Best mechanic on YouTube. Thank you for your big heart. You have a blessed day."
Thank you, man.
And one more thing. How do I know my flywheel is going bad? Thank you. So sweet.
Yes, I really appreciate the kind comment. Flywheels go bad in a couple of different ways. The teeth where the starter meets the flywheel, where it comes out, and this is the starter, this is the flywheel. The starter will come out and line up like this and turn over the flywheel. On the flywheel, you have different teeth, and literally you have to make a mark on the flywheel. That way you'll know when you're made a full revolution, and just roll over the engine and check each teeth. Make sure it's not worn down. Other ways that the flywheel go bad is they'll crack, and they will make funny noises. And sooner or later, the car won't even pull no more if you keep driving with that cracked flywheel. Just break, and you hear a whole bunch of crazy noises, and it'll be it's fixable, but it'll be bad,
For sure.
So those are the two ways that I commonly see.
Ken says, great video. Thank you.
Man, I appreciate that.
We appreciate that. And we'll just take a brief moment to say support us by hitting that like button. Mm-hmm. If you right now we are simultaneously streaming to Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. If you are on Instagram and your comments aren't getting through because I know you guys are there, but I can't see you. Mm-hmm. Just hop on one of the other platforms because we're doing this through StreamYard. And Instagram is funny about you guys commenting via a third party. So I'm not ignoring your questions. I just can't see them. Yeah, so just get on the other platforms. But thank y'all for joining the conversation. Hit that like button, though, so that somebody is sending you money. I like that Cash App jingle. You hear me? Let me see what they talking about. Let me see. Somebody sent you.
Oh, it's definitely Beer 30.
Edwin Rivera.
Man, y'all gonna I appreciate that.
Even if he's sick, he's going to go get that beer. Telling you.
Definitely. I'm definitely gonna make a beer trip. Make my daughter. We just fixed up her little Jeep. Was waiting for it to get 25 years old so we can so I don't have to fix the emission control stuff, and she's up and rolling now. So I'm making her
go everywhere. Have her drive you to the store.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Tingo,
big old thing up here, man.
Let me see.
I appreciate.
Let me speak my Spanish right. It's tengo a dar. Okay.
Oh, look at you.
All right. Hablo español.
That's why I married her. Go ahead and speak some more, man.
I thought Alice was Puerto Rican.
She did. I was like, no. A lot of people think that they'll walk up to me speaking Spanish.
And he'd be like, I don't know what he is. Talk to my wife, yeah. Man. Anyway, he says, hello, Alex. Just did an alignment to Dodge Challenger in a local garage. Everything on computer showed as green, but the vehicle keeps taking right. What could be the issue? Thank you.
You could have worn out, I forgot what those arms called, but basically they're like lower control arms. The bushings could be worn out. And when that's the only thing I can think of, you have some worn out bushings that you're going to have to take a pry bar and pry on it to see if it has excessive play in them. I'm probably going to do a video on that, kind of explaining a lot more in depth. But that's what comes to mind when you talk about you just did an alignment, because the alignment shop's supposed to do a complete front end inspection. If they don't, they can miss something. Even though everything is show green on the computer, you got to think as you're riding, when the car is sitting, and especially on an alignment machine, because you have turntables, and those turntables will allow that rubber piece to fall back in its natural position. But as soon as you start riding, the force of the road and everything, that piece will come out of its natural position into its worn out resting position, which will cause the car to pull. And you thinking, oh man, I just got an alignment, everything green. No, this stuff changes when you start hitting the road. That's why you have to do a proper front end inspection and know exactly what you're looking at when you're doing alignment. So, I'm going to get more into it on my videos. I need to do more of that.
Mm-hmm. Rat360 Gaming says, hey guys.
Hey, what's happening?
What's happening? I like that name. I know, right? I was looking at the little cartoon there. Darius318 says, just discovered your channel. I love the videos. I work as a field tech in a different industry, floor equipment. Love from Riverdale,
Oh,
Georgia.
Nice. You're right down the street,
man. Riverdale.
Literally right down the street from Forest Park.
We're in Morrow, actually. Yep. But still.
Your friends stay in Riverdale.
Yeah, my best friend lives in Riverdale.
So we in and out of
So
Riverdale.
you on the south side with the F, south.
Man, that's what's up.
Tyler Jackson, did my own oil change on my 2023 Crown Platinum. Reset the computer and it's great. Kind of confused why the oil looks brand new. But I've put 1,000 miles and the dipstick looks like the oil in the jug.
That's completely normal. We are talking about a 2023 engines that is very new, don't have much contaminants in the crankcase. As that car ages, inside the crankcase will start turning black. And when you put new oil in it, once that oil starts churning, I think that's the word, churning up, that black contaminants will kind of bleed off into the new oil, turning in a darker color. That's why it's important to do a engine flush or to use a treatment. What I like to do on cars with higher miles, I like to use this seafoam product that you can put it in the crankcase. You drive with that in the crankcase for maybe about 500 to 1,000 miles, then change the oil. And it's supposed to help break all that stuff up so you can be like this gentleman here and have new looking oil after 1,000 miles. And keep your car lasting longer.
Awesome. Well, shout out to you for doing your maintenance.
Yes, maintenance is key.
It's always key. Comfort says, Mr. Alex, I paid Tire Choice $650 for an AC repair. Yeah, AC repair, you know what?
It's expensive.
It's expensive because of the equipment that's required to have it, you know.
Sometimes it can range more than that. I'm not sure what type of repairs you had done, but average AC job in my shop range anywhere from that on up to about $1,500, because depending on what happened, if a AC compressor fall apart internally and sends metal through the system, I go ahead and change that whole system, because you don't want to put a new compressor on there and you have metal lodged somewhere that you couldn't flush out, and it end up in that new compressor destroying it. So I changed the condenser, I changed the dryer, and that stuff can add up. Of course, the compressor as well. And I still do it flush. I flushed the evaporator core. And I never see my customers back after that. And that's the key, guys. When anytime I go, my mind thought process is I don't want to see these people back. So I recommend things in a way where I won't see them back for a very long time.
Well, at least regarding that issue.
But if they don't take my recommendations, of course, they always be back.
Right. Roman says, hi guys, how is your Sunday?
My Sunday is going well. I'm fighting the cold, but other than that, it's been going good.
I've been maxing and relaxing. I don't want to go to work tomorrow. I'm blessed to have that luxury. If I ain't going, I wake up and be like, Alex, the day ain't the day for me, babe.
You stay at home with Autumn then. That's really why you go to work. Get away from Autumn.
Right. I have to shoot content. I have to make content. Content, doing content is a whole hustle grind by itself.
Yes, indeed. It's a job.
Ryan, hey Ryan.
What's happening, Ryan?
Good to see you. Said, what's going on? Are you keeping Alex the car doctor name, or are you going to change it? I know you guys talked about it a few weeks ago. For now we're gonna keep it. I don't see no reason to not to.
If I open up another shop in the future somewhere. Maybe in y'all area, perhaps.
Like if we pick another city, town, say Tennessee or something, it'll just be Chattanooga Car Doctors or something. Yeah. But I mean, for now, we'll keep it because you have, I don't know. I just feel like some customers come in and they think Alex is gonna work on all 30 of these cars. No, we have staff. Alex definitely oversees everything, and nothing gets out of the shop without him looking it over, touching the car, making sure. But that was the only reason why we thought about changing it. But it's a brand, so we're probably gonna keep it though. But I'm glad you remember that.
Yeah,
for sure. CBC Comfort says my AC blows cold still, but after a while it quits cooling. It has a new receiver, dryer, orifice tube, etc.
So yeah, it sounds like he has a whole new AC system.
What about the AC compressor?
And he probably have a new one. It may be I don't know what type of vehicle you have. Are your fans working? Your radiator fans? Because anytime you turn on any AC system, those fans supposed to automatically come on. So you need to make sure your radiator fans are working. That could be resulting in that issue. If you have an older truck and it has clutch fans, it'll do that too. The clutch fan will wear out. I would need more information to kind of gauge what type of setup you have, because every car is different. Every car has a way of performing the same task, but in a different way, if that makes sense.
Void says, hey everyone, are exhaust sounds supposed to fluctuate? I have recently had exhaust work done on my car, and some days it's more quiet than other days. When it's quite loud. Any estimation for a fix?
Exhaust sounds definitely can fluctuate. The reason being because metal expands and contracts
Mm-hmm.
depending on temperature. So if you notice, the exhaust sound may be louder when you first crank up the vehicle. And as you're driving it and continue to drive it, the metal will expand and seal itself up, um, making it quieter. And as soon as it gets colder again, as soon as it gets cold, it will, contract, and the noise will appear again. You're really going to have to take it to an exhaust shop and have them put it up on a lift to inspect the exhaust system. It could be a well that hasn't been properly filled in yet. You can easily find exhaust leaks yourself at home by taking some soapy water in a soap bottle. I mean, not soap bottle, but a spray thing, and just spray the suspect area. And if you see it bubbling out, you found your leak.
It's a lot of stuff at home you can use
Oh yeah,
to fix
definitely.
your car. All right. Comfort says paid to have it flushed out, vacuumed, and recharged. So I wonder, did he have the AC compressor changed?
Maybe. That's
I
what I'm
don't
thinking.
know. Comment below. We see, can we get down to you? Tyler says, why is my ECM a Lexus and a Toyota Crown? Because it's the same. They got the same mom and daddy. That's
Toyota
why.
and Lexus is the same thing. You got to think, guys. Anytime Toyota is making something, they're going to use the same parts, the counterparts, and whether it's a high end crown, crown. I mean, not a high end crown, but Toyota Crown or a Lexus. They want to make things streamlined. It won't make sense financially for them to make a different computer, and they can use the same computer, because 9 times out of 10, the Crown and that Lexus that you have shares the same drivetrain. Believe it or not.
It's the same stuff. With the Lexus, you're just paying for the luxury name, and maybe it has a few bells and whistles that the regular Toyota. But
whistles
under the hood, honey, you can check the DNA. They got the same mom and dad.
Yep.
Okay. A lot of people didn't know that. Not saying Tyler doesn't, but like a person was like, Infinity is a Nissan. Yes, Infinity is a Nissan,
and it's going to use the same computer.
Acura is a Honda, honey. Same stuff. So, all right. He says, and they put leak dye in my truck. So I'm wondering. I want to know.
Sometimes leak dye don't show, because the hole be so small.
They need a sniffer.
Yes, I have an AC1 that I wave around, and it basically sniffs AC. It's a sniffer.
Right.
And that's the best way I've seen to find leaks. I don't really use dye. It takes too long. If it's a small leak, I have to send the customer away and wait for it to leak down. And when it comes back, sometimes I don't even find the dye. So my best way of finding AC leaks is the sniffer and my God-given 2 eyes.
It's good. I like that. It beep beep. It's cool. Even I could use it, and I'm not even really a wrench turner. Tyler says, I'm a DIY tech. If I can fix it, I will.
Nice.
Absolutely, man. Shout out there, and that's why Alex does the tutorials on the YouTube channel. If you are mechanically inclined, go for it. And a guy that works on cars, he was like, you're not scared it takes away business from y'all? No, because just as sure as many DIY, it's a whole bunch of people that will attempt and fail, or just want to see what the process looks like. I've
had DIY people come to my shop just from watching my videos, because they know they're in good hands. And like, look, I've been chasing down this noise forever. I just can't find it. And I look at it and boom, boom, boom. I find it right away. And they'd be very happy.
But if you can do it, we say go for it. We ain't no gatekeeping over here, baby. I'm gonna tell you everything you need to know.
Definitely.
Bill Gates says, hello, good sir. You're the only mechanic I see doing these Q&As.
What? I thought more did.
Not really.
Wow.
No, I don't know. I know our motivation for doing it is because the comments and the direct messaging is getting out of hand. Meaning it's like, it's thousands of them in there. And it's like, if we could carve out, because the goal is really to help y'all. Really.
Truly,
I mean,
from
yeah,
my heart.
social media pays and everything, but you know, the internet could shut down tomorrow and nobody get nothing.
Yeah.
It's really to educate you guys because everybody's not here in Georgia. So it's really to help y'all not get ripped off or see what the process takes to fix a certain problem. It's really to help the consumer, really.
Because I am for the consumer. That's one of my pet peeves. I do not like to see people being taken advantage of, and that's one of my motivations behind these videos. Because some texts give me a hard time. Like, well, it's not said like this. It's said like that. I'm like, look, I know I can get very technical with you guys, and then y'all be looking at me like,
what is he talking about? Because I know I'd be like, honey, I'm
confused. So
right.
I try to break it down so the average person can understand. So if y'all find me talking simple sometimes, it's just because I'm talking where the average person can understand. And sometimes people understand with what's going on with their physical body, you know, like colon cleanses, with using that example with fuel induction service. It's like a colon cleanse for a person.
It's all to make y'all understand. BLK Kump says, thanks for the help. You're welcome.
My pleasure, man.
Darius is telling Tyler Toyota owns Lexus and Lexus is really a luxury Toyota. That's exactly what we were saying. Yep. Jonathan says, hi, Doc. I have a 2011 Journey with 150,000 miles. I hear a small ticking coming from bank one. Could it be normal wear and tear or is it the Pentastar tick? How much is that job on average?
Definitely a Pentastar tick. Now, if doing it the proper way, I got to say the proper way because the proper way, in my opinion, is changing all the lifters and all the rockers. It would make no sense just to go in and change that one bad part. That's not recommended, in my opinion. So doing it the proper way, assuming you don't have any cam damage, you're probably looking at, on your average shop, between 15 to
22. I say about 2 to 25, honestly.
Well, it just depends on, because I'm not the cheapest person out here. I'm gonna let you guys know that right now.
And we're not the most expensive either. We're somewhere in the middle. But since I write the quotes, I'm gonna say average $2,000.
Definitely average.
Now, if you got cam damage, those cams are $400 a pop.
Now, for a good cam, yes, you can go online and get
we ain't talking about online. Kit. I do not suggest online, period.
That metal quality could be lacking very seriously, and you don't want to play games when it comes to your engine, especially if you're dealing with like a shade tree person or a shady shop. I wouldn't even deal with a shady shop, first of all.
I got a video coming up.
You gotta get that warranty if you have somebody else do it.
I got a video coming. I got to edit that we just did. You get what you pay for. So I'm telling you, the average cost of that job is about $2,000. Now, say you go call around wherever you live and somebody said, oh, yeah, I can do it for $1,000.
Yeah, we just had this video.
You get what you pay for.
Post it. Y'all gonna see a perfect example.
Because if you go on Alex's YouTube channel, there's a tutorial on how to do that job, so you can see how in depth it is. You know what I'm saying? You definitely don't want to play with quality of parts, because once you open up and go in there, you don't want to go back in there again. At least we don't. So that's why we suggest quality. We use mailing, and also whoever you get to do the job, ask them, hey, what kind of lifters you putting on my car? We use mailing at our shop.
Never had an issue.
Never had an issue with mailing. So, and I was going to ask a follow-up question to his question. It's not the injectors?
No. Okay. You got to think. People know their Pentastars better than anyone. I've had customers bring me Pentastars. I'm like, I hear tick. And I go out there and look at them like, what are they talking about? So I really got to like focus and go somewhere quiet and really listen to their engine. I'm like, there it go. I can hear it.
Yeah, and the longer you wait, Jonathan, the more expensive it's going to be. And just don't do bank one. Do all of them. I think you should need about, 24 lifters and rockers?
Yes, 24 valve engine.
Do all of them. Go ahead. Because every time you go do one, then you got to pay them to take it back up. Do all of them while you're in there. And that's where the $2,000 price comes from. Okay? That's if you don't need cams. Life with Mika said, I was in a Mika. You been out here. How you was in an accident? Who fault was it? Don't say it was your fault, because you know they say us women can't drive. So I get why you need all that work $4,500 for all of that. That's
But
about right.
a rack, though, it depends on where
She
you
must have had a front end if she got to do the
Well, okay,
radiator.
so if the front got smushed, that wouldn't affect the rack at all.
Maybe she did a front slide. I don't
Now,
know.
if the side impact happened, like she got hit in the wheel area, sometimes you still won't need a rack because what will give is the tie rod ends. They're like thin metal bars, and they will just bend. Rack, I don't know about that one. Get a second opinion.
But with all of that, is it $4,500 a good price?
It sounds like it, yeah.
Okay. So they ain't scamming you, Mika girl. And she said, thank y'all so much. I love the content.
I
we thank you
appreciate
for always coming. I be seeing you under other videos. I try to keep up with everybody. Bill says, Alex, does the term tuning solely mean that you're adjusting the ECU timing? How much HP can you usually gain from a tune?
I'm not sure on how much HP you can gain from a tune, but it's pretty significant. And you're not only adjusting the timing, basically you're doing timing, fuel, and you're basically playing with those numbers to achieve whatever the engine can handle with its add-ons it has installed. What you're trying to achieve is not having no pre-detonation while pushing the engine past its limits. Once you get detonation, and you can see that on your charts, a tuner can, they'll start backing off. So they'll probably go hard, then check it, and like, oh, wait a minute, too much detonation. And they'll start backing down till they have no detonation. Now you're probably saying, what is detonation? Detonation is when the fuel air mixture is pre-igniting before the spark plug ignites it. And that can cause severe engine damage if that continues to occur. It sounds like marbles banging around in your engine. That's what detonation normally sounds like. So that's my 2 cents.
Roger Soccer 19 says, what's up, y'all? No question today. Just watching and learning from other people's issues.
Nice.
Smart.
That's how you learn, man.
That's right. That's smart. Thanks for what y'all do. We thank you. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't feel like editing no video. But then I was like, you know what? People is dependent on me. I have to do it. So I got a couple of videos that's coming out next week on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, YouTube get all the love for real. Y'all just get shorts and reels over there. So come subscribe to the YouTube. We're almost to 50,000 subscribers. We're going to do a giveaway. So make sure that y'all, I'm going to post it on the community. So make sure y'all keep an eye out for that. Because we're going to give away a good no-code jump box. Every car owner should have one. Okay?
There may be a scan too.
Because don't nobody use jumper cables like that no more. You need to be able to jump off your own car.
I don't suggest jumper cables because, in Atlanta, I always play. Like,
people
you
crazy.
Might try to get a jump off, and that person may
hop in your car
and hold you for ransom or something.
Atlanta is wild. It's a wild place. You ask for a jump off, they'll jump you off and steal the car. God dog. I love my home, though. I ain't mad. Roger says, what are your go-to brake pads, Doc?
I normally use AutoZone. And I always use mid-grade or higher, and I think AutoZone is like their gold series.
Yeah.
I never ever put standard brake pads on people's cars because it's gonna squeak and it's gonna leave a lot.
And we've been having a lot of comebacks with CarQuest brake pads and rotors right now. Second best would be O'Reilly's brand, but he used Duralast Gold. For my car personally, I use Duralast Elite.
Oh, Elite.
Okay, give me the top of the top. Okay, but we like.
Yeah, I love that Elite.
We like Duralast. Those are our go-to. Courtney Atkins says, "Can I have a job? Can you work on cars? Call me 470-435-0015 tomorrow. We can talk. Okay,
yes, definitely.
We need help. We need a tech. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to know everything, but you got to know how to do some." Roger says, never mind. Would y'all recommend changing a transmission fluid on a 2013 Corolla with 145,000 miles?
I'll recommend a drain and fill.
Never changed it before. Yeah.
Drain and fill is the safest way. And if it's a regular automatic, which is, what is it, a 2014?
He said it was a 2013.
Ooh, and Toyota sometimes use CVTs. You got the, if it's an automatic, I always tell people to put a product called Lucas transmission stop slip. It not only, it's like, I use it when there's no problem. It's just a good preventive maintenance additive I like using, and it works so well. And I've seen it bring back slipping transmissions and reverse and all kind of sort of things. It's pretty amazing what it does. It will not fix mechanical damage, but if you're not having mechanical damage, you worn out clutches, you put some of that stuff in there, it will buy you some time. So in my mind, why not use it when you're not having problems and let it go in there and work its magic?
We put it in our own car.
Yeah.
I will say that. So to your point, Roger, I'm going to say this to the people that's on live and the ones that are going to watch this live. Don't neglect your trans fluid change. Everybody always focus on change my oil. Okay, you're supposed to change your transmission fluid too.
You're supposed to change it on average every 30,000 miles.
Yes.
On average. And don't listen to these lifetime fluid stuff. Because some manufacturers may say, oh, it's lifetime fluid. Don't worry about it. Don't change it. And if you turn around and ask them, what is the warranty on my transmission? Oh, 60,000 miles, 100,000 miles.
Their lifetime might mean 10 years. And you're thinking lifetime.
Yeah, they lifetime, meaning that transmission is designed to last 100,000 miles with that transmission fluid in there. So after that, if it goes out, you're on your own.
Yeah. Y'all change the transmission fluid. It's a part of maintenance, just as important as the oil changes. Okay, guys? Because a lot of people don't be doing that. Okay? And I'm going to go ahead and say this too. I said this other lives, but some of y'all are new here. Your mileage will not only tell you how far you've come, honey, but it tell you what time it is. Okay? And your mileage, if you got your manual, is going to say at 70,000 miles, it's time to do this, this, and that. At 100,000 miles, it's time to do this. Again, you can schedule your preventive maintenance, but you cannot schedule a breakdown. And they always happen at the wrong time.
Exactly. And a lot of people are getting into these cars. It's tax time. Just a little little tips out here for you good people.
Yeah.
They're getting into these cars with 60, 70,000 miles thinking, ooh, it got low miles on it.
It's time for everything.
It's time for every maintenance. And that's where the major maintenance be. We're not talking about that little knickknack stuff. We're talking about some serious
timing belts, stuff like
sometimes timing chain replacements, sometimes equaling thousands, and you don't got this car thinking, oh, it's perfect because it got low miles, and you're gonna break down at 100 or 120 because you didn't do that schedule
or you didn't know to do it. And a lot of times, a lot of people who are well off and have more disposable income than the little people like us will get a car just to trade it in at 70,000 miles because they don't want to spend the money to do this maintenance.
And I think I told someone this too. They find it easier to do that than the well off people that can afford to do this. Sometimes wherever they are, they don't have bad experience with a mechanic. So even if they did do all this stuff, their car may be worse off from when they should just left it alone. So they just figure, hey, it's at this miles. Instead of dealing with mechanics that may not know what they're doing or messing up my car worse, I'm just going to trade it in, get a brand new one, and just continue the process.
Or the people that lease, So you guys got to be mindful of that. All right. I know we just went on a rant, but we're trying to learn you something. We like making money, but hey, we want you to save money because we're average working consumers as well. So it goes both ways. Sunshine says, what do you think about the Acura RDX?
Oh, I say go for it. I don't see those in my shop like that. The RDX is any Honda. It's a Honda, first off. So you're golden.
You all right. If I didn't have my Jetta, I'd give me an Acura. Mike, I'm going to try to say your name. Bujetta or Bujetta?
Bugatti.
Hey, man, if you got one, I want to ride. Say, hey, sup, guys? Wondering if you could help me. I have a 2021 Dodge Durango RT that just got an engine swap at the dealer. It's so new for a tapping noise at the oil pan. New engine in, and the sound is still there.
Whoa. That's crazy. Tapping noise. Oh, I would really have to hear it. But what comes to mind is maybe a tapping noise.
In the oil pan area.
What comes to mind is like a flywheel related issue. It could be bent or something weird going on with it, because you got to think, when they did the engine swap, mostly all your same engine components went on that new engine if they went new. In general, your old engine components like your flywheel, your belt drive system, your alternators, your intake, all that stuff get transferred over. And whatever is making that noise from originally, somebody didn't diagnose it properly and missed it. So you could either have a pulley that's making noise or doing something strange, but what really comes to mind is that flywheel, something that's not right there, or shield scraping on it. I don't know. I have to hear the noise for myself, because your tapping may be different from my tapping. And it just helps if I could hear it. So hopefully that helps.
Yeah,
I think a bad component got switched over.
But 2021, that's only 2 or 3 years old. Gerald Wright said, I swear the book be shadow banning y'all. Love y'all channel. Man, all the platforms, man, listen to me. Because certain stuff I be like, why is this video only getting this amount of views? And then it's like, I don't know.
They're making me work hard.
I can't control what the algorithms do, man. We just can put the content out. But I thank you
I appreciate
for watching the channel and supporting the channel and that good stuff. Comfort says, no ma'am, I hate it. You hate the HVAC. So hey, you need to get out there and chase it like we told you, okay? Oscar Milton says, first of all, thank you for the super chat. It has a train scare when my shifter moved to enter. I don't know.
I appreciate the super chat.
Yeah, I appreciate the super chat, but
to enter.
I don't know. Let me try to see. Can I can't find him. I can't even find you.
Well, them what you call it is getting long.
Yeah, it is, and I want to try to get to everybody.
Which is probably not gonna happen.
Thank you for the super chat. Scared with my shifter move. I'm gonna try to star Kelsey's and scroll down while you answer her question. Hang on. I'm gonna try to get to you. Kelsey says 2016 Honda Odyssey. The engine light come on. Honda dealer recommends all new spark plugs, re-ring cylinders, timing belt, oil pump, reseal, as well as a few other things costing around $5,000. Van has 148,000 miles. Should we fix or move to a different vehicle?
That would definitely get a second opinion. The dealerships are been known to be, I'm going to say it, they've been known to scam people sometimes. And people think, oh, it's a dealership. They're going to do me right. I just know it. No, the dealerships they can be wicked. It's been recent occasions, where two friends of ours, both have Chevys. One went in and got a recall done. First of all, the recall wasn't even done. So she called corporate and made a complaint, and they got her to come back in. And when she got the car back, first of all, the battery was dead. We're talking about a brand new battery here. And when she did get it back, a hose blew off. That hose, I swear it had to be tampered with, because I just serviced that car. And after she serviced it, she's been riding around for a good minute and nothing blew off. So they had to unclip it just a little bit so it'll blow off and be theatrical, with it, and smoke and stuff, so she can get it towed back so they can sell her something ridiculous. The second situation, another Chevy, same dealership, took it there, and she was having a transmission. The transmission was doing something funny. She brought it to me, and I looked at it, and I checked under the hood, no leaks or nothing. I was like, yeah, your transmission is starting to slip. She was like, I got a warranty on it. I'll take it to the dealership. I said, okay. Dealership called her, talking about her transmission line is cut.
Right. Same dealership.
So I'm like, wait a minute now. So they're doing stuff and selling you guys stuff to up the pay. So the techs know they get paid by the job and not by the hours.
Right.
So they're doing stuff so they can get paid more. And half the time they're not even going to do that service you're paying for.
Well, I'm going to give you the other side of things, because we're shop owners, and so As a shop owner, of course, we're there to make money. Okay. So we got things that key metrics that take place of how the shop is doing sales wise. You have to have sales for us to stay afloat. Okay. So when the car comes in at the dealership, because they're paid by the job per hour, not hourly. Like some of you may clock in at 9 a.m. and clock out at 6 p.m. and that's an 8-hour gig if you count lunch, right? Well, not so for the mechanic. If a job that's 2 hours come in, they're gonna get paid them 2 hours. If nothing else come in, even though they're there all day, they get nothing but those 2 hours. So when you come to the dealership, Kelsey, and they say, okay, we finna look at her mileage, we finna recommend all this stuff to her, and if she get it done, great, And I'm not gonna lie, we do the same thing too. However, we don't make you eat all the elephant in one bite. We might say, well, Kelsey, your check engine light is on because you got a misfire. According to your mileage and according to inspection of the plugs, it's probably time for a spark plug to be changed. Also, too, it's time for your timing belt to be changed, but it looks okay. So we just want to make you aware of that. And maybe we could put that in the plan for you to come back later. So I would have a conversation with them and talk about, okay, well, what's the condition of the timing belt? Why do you guys suggest that? In our shop, I write the policies. In order for us to sell to you, we have to justify why you need that. So if that's doing video, pictures on why, Kelsey, you need all of this stuff. Because if you don't need it, we're not going to sell it to you.
Your pan probably not even leaking.
Now, as far as
talking about resealing stuff.
Yeah, what do they need to resell stuff? Now, as far as moving to another vehicle, honestly, you got the best thing smoking. You got a Honda. Now, I don't know what else you would move on to. Hopefully it's another Honda or a Toyota. But you probably don't need $5,000 worth of work. I would just find they have, I don't know where you live, but Honda specialty shops or a good local auto repair. Get a second opinion. Yes. I just don't see.
It's good that you have that write up when you're going into another shop to get a second opinion. Hide that information. Don't tell them you just came from Honda and give them the write up. Be like, yeah, I just want to have my van looked over and tell me what you guys think.
Yeah, don't show them the write up because some well, you're already thinking it. Just say, hey, I want to get my car inspected, my check engine light on. That's it.
Hide information, and then at the end you can tell them like
you can compare.
Like, wait a minute, I got then whip it out. Like, hey, Honda said this. Why y'all guys not telling me this at the end? And they be like, oh well, you didn't need it. It was perfectly fine, and that's how you can get the truth.
Right. But I seen those Hondas go almost 300,000 miles. So
more than that.
You got good. You got something good going. Just get a second opinion. That's what I would say. I don't see you having to spend $5,000 on a Honda at 148,000 miles unless you've been neglecting it before. All right. I found Milton's second half of his super chat question. So I just jumped down real quick to get to you. He says, my sister moved to intermediate while driving, and I thought that my trans was going. I've got to go back and find out what kind of car it was. Yeah. What did you say? Oh, he had he was just saying he had a trans scare. His shifter moved into. Oh, I get it. I mean, it happens.
Appreciate that super chat.
Yeah, thank you for the super chat. We always appreciate it. Now,
every little bit helps.
Let me go. I bet they say, she skipped us. No, the man spent his money, and I wanted to make sure that we got to his question. All right, Mechanic Joe. What's up, Joe?
Joe, what's
Since
happening?
I stopped a lot of auto transmissions from slipping, I think he's trying to say, doing a drain and fill and the filter change. Yes, like I said, the average consumer, everybody's so bent up on oil changes, and that's great because you have some people that won't even change their oil. However, y'all get those trans drain and fills and rotations as well. Like, maintenance is key, guys. It's not a lot of great options out here as far as cars, unless you're going to break the bank and get you a Toyota. And if you got it like that, fine. But some of us don't. And whatever car you have, like, especially like the Dodge, I feel like the Pentastar gets a lot of flack but it's lack of maintenance. A lot of stuff is lack of maintenance. This stuff is made by machines. It's not made to last forever. It ain't a question of if your car gonna break down. It's when. When is it going to?
And finding a good mechanic.
If you can. I don't know. Somebody said we need to move to Las Vegas. I might. I need to know what y'all talking about over there first before I come. Michael says, love the channel. Thank you
you.
so much. We appreciate it. We put a lot of work into
Yes,
it.
we
I'm telling
did.
you. Sometimes we don't
We
feel like
came
it.
far. I looked at some of my old videos. I'm like, this used to be crap.
Hey, man, we tried. We started. That was the
Oh,
thing. Brandon Quick says, got one for you. 08 Charger Pursuit. 112,000 miles. Ran phenomenal. Heard a pop pulling in the yard. Looked, water pump was leaking. More than a trickle, but not pouring. Changed the pump and thermostat.
Oh, is it a follow-up question to this?
I don't know. Maybe
What is it doing now?
Brandon, what it happened? Or maybe he was just telling us.
Oh, okay.
No.
Heard a pop. Maybe the pulley
Dang.
locked up or something.
Oh,
or
yeah,
fell
the
apart.
pulley. Yeah.
Mhm.
Alan and the Brady Show. Alan Brady Show. I'm going to go spy on your channel and see what you got. He says, hi, my 1999 Honda seems to have a small amount of crank walk. Could that be addressed by replacing truss bearings?
You probably got a lot of miles on that Accord. At that point, if you're going to go in and replace crank thrust washers, you're going to want to go ahead and pull the whole engine out and just do a rebuild. I wouldn't go in and just replace those, those thrust washers. I would just go ahead and reseal everything, replace the valve seals, go in with new crank bearings, connecting rod bearings. I'll just do a whole rebuild or find a low mileage engine. Yep, that'll be my advice.
John says, I have a 2016 Dodge Charger Scat Pack. It needs cam and lifters. The dealer told me $4,000. Is that good or bad?
That's good.
Now hold up,
because they're only gonna do one side.
I was just about to say that. Listen, ask them.
Not really good because $4,000. My price is what?
That's everything.
Everything. You're
Cams,
talking about
all the lifters,
oil pump, everything.
Now, if they're gonna do them all, that's a good price.
It just depends. If
Yeah.
they're gonna do them all, or they're just gonna do that defective side, which is not recommended, by the way. It's recommended to go in with all new stuff. Why just break down one head? And I've heard of dealerships doing that, especially at GM. When they go in, they were like, "Oh yeah, I've been quoted $5,000. It was only for one side." I'm like, "Oh my gosh!"
Right, dealerships do that.
Then it was like $10,000 if the cam is messed up. I'm like, geez, so I need to go up because I'm only like 4 or 5, and that's the whole job.
If it's $4,000 for everything, yes, ask them. Hey, are you doing both sides?
That's the key.
You see what they say?
Both sides.
Y'all doing both sides, right? Look at your quote. Be like, it could
bank
say
Bank 1 and Bank 2. That's what we need to see, not just Bank 1.
For sure. Michael said, would love to see an ABS bleed with scanner, especially for Audi with the VCDS if you have that software or Autel.
I do. The problem is I've recently stopped working on European vehicles. It's not the cars, it's the customers. Customers, not all customers, of course, and that's why I have a select few of Mercedes and Audi customers left. But the majority of them is coming to me thinking they're going to save. And when I hit them with, well, I need to put quality parts on and it's going to cost this much. And they're like, oh no, I can't do that. And my times of letting them slide by, and they say, oh yeah, I understand it's no warranty, and I understand it may not work. And as soon as it don't go their way, oh my gosh,
because a lot of European cars are not friendly with aftermarket parts. Like, you have to go back to the dealership for the part. But I tell you, the lady who messed it up for everybody, and I hope she watching. Honey, she came in with her Mercedes wanting to replace the door handle. Okay. She bought the pieces off Amazon. Okay. Alex said, listen, when I put this on here, this is not made to be drilled out. So we put it in there, and guess what? I don't like the way it's doing. So I called Mercedes. I said, how much is this door handle? Guess what? You can't buy the handle. You got to buy the whole panel, which is $600-700.
Yes.
That's why she didn't. I said, well, ma'am, you're trying to save money here. If you're going to have a Mercedes, you got to pay to play. Okay. And a wise man told us, he was like, y'all stop servicing them. And we ain't had no more problems ever since.
I just end up getting, it wasn't even much. I did all that work for about $70, drilling out plastic rivets, installing. She's like, oh, why did they sell the kit then? Because you
bought it on Amazon, ma'am. Well, it doesn't cost that. I called the dealership. No, you didn't, ma'am, because they don't even
She
sell the
gave us a
handle.
hard time, and it was time after time. It was many
Then
more stores.
when they start lying, that we done here. I will excuse me. Can y'all see me? I don't care if the company is called Alice the Car Doctor. I will fire a customer. I got me a whole list. We ain't serving these people right here.
What dude begged me to work on his car? I was like, no, you kicked off on the wrong foot.
Yeah.
Talking about some, why would I give you a deposit? You may run off with my money. Yeah, I'm gonna pack up my whole shop and run off with your $1,000. Come on now, it's gonna cost me way more than that to move.
Right. Yeah. So that lady right there, the one, she was like, I called the dealership and the door handle doesn't. I said, ma'am, you ain't calling no Mercedes.
It's always those customers.
Every time.
I never had a problem with any other customers.
Yeah.
They always listen to me. You know, it's just a breeze.
Yeah, so I don't know. The 5-10 we got left, whatever Alex say they gonna do. They said they refuse to take their Mercedes anywhere.
Like, y'all losing a good mechanic. Y'all just don't know.
Burn your own bridge, baby. Take it somewhere else. Brandon says, he's finishing up with the Dodge Charger that heard a pop in the driveway. Mm-hmm. Okay, he changed the pump in the thermostat, remember? Mm-hmm. Now he's saying he put the bleeder tube on, filled till the water came out of the plug, started the car and filled it till full. Heater core hoses, one's hot and other isn't. Now slow to start and got a rattle.
What the world?
He says, did the valve seat drop?
If it's rattling, but that's weird though. They did have problems. What year he said the vehicle was?
It was a 08.
Yeah, those had valve seat issues. Oh my gosh. What? That's what it sounds like, a valve seat. And they did have valve seat issues. That's weird. And they will drop. They've been known to drop. Mm-hmm. And it's rattling because the valve seat haven't split apart and dropped down in the engine and destroyed your engine yet. It's probably just in there loose, rattling around. And if you keep running the vehicle, it's going to completely drop and destroy the engine beyond repair. Mm-hmm.
I hate that.
Jeez.
But that sound like the valve seat drop.
That's the only thing I can think of at this point in time. Mm-hmm. That's weird though.
Without hearing it for ourselves. I'm sorry that happened. Yeah. We got the 3.5 or the 2.7.
No, you most likely got the Hemi.
Oh yeah. We got a video about the valve seat dropping.
Do it? Did we post?
It's an old black Hemi on the channel. If you can find it and compare the sounds and Brandon.
I don't think we had it running. Maybe not.
Trey says, what are some indicators that I need to change my bushings in terms of noises while driving or anything other indicators a regular driver can notice?
Like bushings, normally they win indicators. Let's see. You'll feel the suspension shifting. Like when you stop, you'll feel something like keep going. It's weird. It's a weird feeling. You'll feel something that continues to move a little bit. Sometimes bushings, you really won't hear any noises unless it gets really bad. And then you'll start hearing like metal to metal. You'll just have really loose suspension components.
What's that thing that make the squeaky noise?
Those are ball joints.
Them Fords, boy.
Yeah, well, that can happen with any car.
But it's
ball joints. They make squeaking noises, like bed squeaking noises.
Loud.
Yeah, I had a Charger in the shop, and you could just turn the wheel and it go. And some song was playing, and I was making it go with the beat or something. I was playing with it.
Trust me, we talk about your car. We'll talk about your car. Like we back to grow. Like you heard it. He got a lift the tick.
Sure do.
All right, guys, it's 9 o'clock on the dot, and we gotta stop because we gotta go to sleep. You like that Usher remix? I take a couple of more, then we gotta be out of here. Mr. NYC from New York. I like it. Says, what's good, family? A few weeks ago, I asked you guys about the sound my car was making. Turned out it was the exhaust leak, my flex pipe, and not the catalytic converter. Thanks.
I forgot. What did we say? I don't know.
Probably Cat. Probably told him Cat. Davin says, what is your favorite car to work on? Pentastar. Panel star daddy.
The Dodge doctor. What did he say?
Panel star player. Dodge.
Yeah, I do like Dodge. And yeah, that's become my passion. Dodges, Mopar stuff, and I'm a sucker for LS engines. I just love myself.
We have so
LS.
many LS engines in the shop. Well, I'm scrapping all
No,
of it.
you're
I don't
not.
care what he say. So if y'all see a video, is Alex and Sean have divorced? That's because I threw all them.
Got in the way of my LS.
You know what car I like to watch you work on?
What?
The 2011 Volkswagen Jetta TDI.
Oh my god,
it's sexy.
My 85 Accord.
No, you mess it up. You mess it up. I drive a TDI, guys. It was a little jokey joke. Rodwell Round says, we love you guys here in New Zealand.
Nice.
What's up? All the way from New Zealand?
That's amazing.
I love that. All right. Edwin says, I appreciate you. Got your Cash App contact from your phone number on your website.
Oh,
thank you. We got that Cash App. Thank you so much.
Y'all
Shout
are
out
so kind.
to you, Edwin. All right, Shantae, you finna take us home, boo.
Yeah,
Hope you still
get
on.
That beer. I'm about to go get it.
He said, She says, hey, for a 2019 Kia Sorento, air and heat not blowing out through the middle vents. What could be the problem?
Only the middle vents?
Right.
Ooh. So I'm assuming it blows out on the side vents. You can have some ducting issues.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm thinking. Something could be blocking it, or if I'm pretty sure you've checked that, but sometimes there's a closed slide where you can close the air off, and that could be broken or malfunctioning. You can think you have it in the open position, but really it's still stuck in the closed position. Only in the two vents. That's a rough one without seeing it for myself. That's the only thing that I can think of.
No blower motor, nothing like that?
Issue. She said only in the two vents, though, meaning the side vents worked, I'm assuming. Yeah.
She also says oil pressure light on when idle sometimes after driving about 7 to 10 miles. What to check?
It sounds like you need to go and get yourself a free.
Let me tell you something.
Kia is horrible.
I don't know, but them Kias, they have the engine warranty where you can get a new one for free.
You need to be going to get your engine, because at this point, if that engine light, oil light coming on, especially if you got oil in it, you need an engine.
They are known for oil consumption. They are known for that. So my auntie is on her second engine from Hyundai Kia.
Man, I was scared. She had me drive her car because she wanted some rims and tires put on. And man, I was on edge that whole way to my shop. First of all, the thing sounded like a diesel just about halfway there. And I was like, oh my God, this thing is going to blow up on me. And she going to think I did something wrong. And I'm like, dang, I didn't check the oil. I got to the shop. That's the first thing I looked at. Plenty of oil. It just sounded like a diesel.
So yeah, you might be consuming too much oil, and it'll have your engine go out. I know with it being 2019, it's probably under warranty.
It's definitely under warranty.
So yeah, get that checked out.
And then trade it in. Get it fixed, trade it in, or just trade it in right now. Kia and Hyundai has, man, they older gens are good. Like in the early 2000s, they was trying to prove a point.
Best car, period. Kia Sophia, fight me. I don't care what y'all say. That Kia Sophia, you couldn't kill him.
Took a beat.
Couldn't kill him.
Oh man.
But anyway, guys, I'm sorry we couldn't get to everybody, but I got 5 kids in the house that need to go to bed. Okay.
And I got some beer to go get.
Yes. So listen, we will be back live next Sunday for sure. In the meantime, look out for us on the various social media platforms that we are on. We love you.
Yeah, like always, Alex the Car Doctor. I love you. See you on the next one.
You just said my whole line.
I got you.
You just said my whole line.
You took my line in the first beginning.
We love you. Take care of your cars. It'll take care of y'all.
Exactly.
Good night.